Hi, this is Mandy. This is my day 16 update of my life lesson upgrading. Um, so I'm still challenging myself. I I can feel when I'm recording go live. I'm a little bit more comfortable than before, but I still feel it's not truly myself through this camera because when I meet people in person, I'm more myself. I mean more alive. I still found it quite funny to talk with the camera because I can't make eye contact. It's a small camera on my phone and it's that size. Today I choose this my picture to be the background, and I will explain it at the end if I remembers. Um, so this is the 16th day. What's happened this morning? I got up 1 hour late. I didn't get up until 6:30 because but my alarm was set up for 5. 5:30, 6:30. Anyway, I was late. And but still earlier than last week. My challenge for this week will be trying to do things within my schedule on time. And yesterday I was 20 minutes late, and today it was 40 minutes late. So yeah, I think it's important. Every small step, it's important. Every small decision, every small achievement is important. I was just when I was I didn't go around this morning. Today's exercise for me was yoga, so I did 1 hour yoga, 30 minutes stretching, 30 minutes sculpture. So now I was taking a shower and I look at the shower curtain. How do you call it? A shower curtain, and I was thinking each line. I mean, like how the fabric, how they wave is that wave or wove the fabric, the way they put the fabric, and if anyone's missing, that curtain wouldn't be exist the same way. So I started to change my mind of my way of thinking. I start to think maybe there will not be a day, the perfect day in front of me waiting for me. Maybe every day it's a perfect day for my final happiness. It's like I'm woven my life. If I imagine my life, it's like a spider web, let's say, and every day, every hour, every moment, I'm putting a little bit work into that whole picture. So I that's very it's a very different way for me to think, because I always think one day. I think a lot of us, right? Well, we think one day we're gonna be this. One day, or once I have that, one day I will be happy, and one day I will be successful, and one day I will achieve my goal. One day I'll find my love of my life, and one day I will play that song without any mistakes, just like one day. But I don't think that one day it's one day. I think that one day is stretched in a long way. That one day actually is it's our whole life. Every day, every moment is a part of that one day. If we change that one day into one life, that makes sense, right? One day made from 24 hours. So every hour, every minute, every second, it's a part of that day. So if we thinking, if I, yeah, we're thinking that way, that means every day it's a part of that whole life. And then until the end of our life, nobody can say, I can't say I have a good life or I had a bad life, because my life is still going on. If something's still going on, it's like a movie. I was watching science fiction book movie, and I didn't understand it until the end of it. So if my life is like a movie, I can't really say now when I'm in the middle of a movie, I can't say it's a good movie or it's a bad movie. And the amazing thing is like I'm writing this movie, I can change it. I can write it and I can act it. And in the end of the day, before I die forever, hopefully I will become old and die in a peace. Um, and then I look back on my whole life. I'll be like, yeah, I had a good life. I put a lot of effort for my life, and I've done everything I could. And I think that is what I want for my life. I want to be able to tell myself I have done everything. I have lived in this life, even struggle or question all the time. So anyway, let's see what I have to share today. I actually downloaded that book I mentioned yesterday. It's called The Happiness Trap. Yeah, The Happiness Trap by Ross. I have the book listed in my yesterday's video, I think, the comment. So I actually downloaded the audiobook. It's about 12 hours, and I downloaded it this morning. I was thinking this it's not a new thought, but it's been there for so long. I was thinking why more and more people are not happy, including myself. And then sometimes myself, yeah, this my story maybe means nothing to you, but I hope something there, maybe some lesson I've learned, maybe will be useful for you, maybe not, maybe will be useful for someone, maybe it's useful for me. Of course, they're definitely useful for me. I was just thinking about my grandparents, my grandma, and this little bit history. My dad was raised in a family, Chinese family, and he got, including himself, is 5 children. So, and the I think the youngest one died, and then the second youngest one they gave away because my grandparents, they couldn't afford to raise another child. And my grandma was also died because of the starving. That was when my dad was young, maybe 1960. 1960, my grandma died. So my dad was only 5 years old. And he said because was no food. I think that time was after that was that period is over 60 million Chinese people die of hunger. Um, so I don't really know the history that good. But then my point is, and nowadays 60 million people die. It's I hope it's not gonna be. I hope it's not gonna be. It's never gonna happen again, because we do have a lot of food, and since then the technology and everything been improving, the farming, and then the transporting, everything. Like the world is like if one part of the world need help, and then the rest of the world can get the help much quicker than 60 years ago. So, but why we're less happy? Like our material, our material level, it's getting better. People are richer, and foods are more convenient, and we get more help. But why we're less happy, and like we feel more lonely, and then less happy, and then we seems always looking for something. I can't talk for other people, but I can only talking for myself. When I was okay, so when I was young, um, my my parents divorced, and when I was 8, so I didn't grow up from like a two parents family. So my mom be like absence in my life. That is one thing. So a single family, and then I thought I got reason to be angry with the world. So I was very angry with society, with everyone. When I was become teenager, I just absolutely listened to nobody. I was like very revoked and just thinking in my own mind, and I blocked myself from love anybody else, and and then but then my dad was very rich, so but I wasn't happy. Because my dad made a lot of money, so I got the opportunity to travel the world to become an international student. I studied in Paris, Montreal, Fiji Island. Um, yeah, so for like about 10 years, I was just traveling and study, traveling and study. Like I thought I'm gonna find my happiness somewhere in this world, but I was not happy. Um, I didn't need to worry about rent, and then um, there's no worry about money at that time. But then I married. Um, oh, I married. My marriage didn't work out. I couldn't blame only for my ex, but also myself. And he just from a regular family, have a normal life. So I was not rich after I married. Um, but even when my dad was rich, I wasn't spoiled. He didn't give me a card with, oh, here's £1 million. You just go buy whatever you want. And no, he was let his financial manager to transfer me the money every month, and then enough for me to pay my rent and my study and everything. But I still was very comfortable. I could go out and have meal outside all the time in restaurants. So and I could have a house girl come once a week to clean the apartment wherever I was, and I could do a lot of things, and I could go shopping for new clothes every every weekend before I go out. But I wasn't a big fan of very expensive and fancy brand. I just feel I didn't need it for some reason. I think that's for older age, those famous brands, or maybe that's for different people. And I was never bothered to buy everything the top brand, and but then in the opposite, I was very into like backpack, and then found a guest house to stay because that's different. Because when I was young, every time when we go out, my dad said don't stay any hotel like less than 3 star. So we always have a 3 star, 4 star, and regularly it will be 5 star hotel. So because grew up in that environment make me feel backpacker is different. It's more new, it's more attractive to me instead of going to have big vacation like VIP. Just found it not it's just find that type of trip is boring instead of and then go hiking and go camping. It's just much more interesting to me. So but I wasn't really happy. I was faking myself. I was fake to smile, and I was so empty inside. I was feel every day. I wake up and I put my makeup and make myself looking good, and then I just think where I'm gonna, who I gonna phone, I gonna hang out with, and then which bar I'm going to go for a happy hour, and which restaurant I'm gonna go to. What do I want to eat that day? And then when I was traveling, and that was everywhere I lived, it's quite a big city, not like in a small town like now, you know. So the choice are always like Japanese, Korean, Thai, or steak, or Chinese seafood. It's all sorts of choice like every day. Mm, so I never learned how to cook. But then still just not happy. I feel something was missing. Something was missing because nobody really, I feel, because my dad's success, and I feel I cannot, I feel without him I don't know who I am. I know how to be his daughter, but I didn't know how to be myself. And then something very, very dramatic happened, and I was the daughter from the richest guy in a city of 8 million, and then become all of a sudden become nobody. Just like it's just like my dad's broken company broken in not in one night, but it's not one night. It took actually longer than one night. But that is another story. Maybe I will tell you. Maybe not. I don't know, because something to do with politics and the economy in Chinese in in 1997. I'm not sure. I'll have a think about it. But anyway, I become somebody's daughter. All of a sudden, nobody. Just like because my dad was not available for like 3 years, long time, and I just lost of contact. Usually, I was in Fiji Island and study in Central Queensland University. There's a campus in Fiji Island, and that's why we were there because it's beautiful. But then my dad just like lost contact because I was we were able to. He was phoning me every weekend. But that year he didn't call me like for over a month, and that was my birthday. He didn't call me. I was like, what's happened? And maybe he died. Maybe he had a car crash because he was learning how to drive, and at the age 45, I think, because he had a chauffeur, like someone driving for him since he was. I think since I was little, I remember I just always have someone his car, and I have a driver. That driver worked for him like 40 years, retired a couple of years ago. So from somebody and become, but when that somebody is not available anymore, I just lost myself. I totally lost myself, and sense, and and then and then after that I got married, and I had a different life. Still not happy. I wasn't happy in my marriage because I wasn't happy deep down. I was just pretending. I feel pretending, um, pretending to just play the role. When you're in that position, you play the role, but it's not come from your heart. You just play that. Be polite, and be nice, and be respectful. It's very, I don't know, that feeling. I just feel not real. I just feel it's not me. So, but inside of me, want I just want to I want freedom. I want to get away from that type of life. So many times I just feel like trapped in there, and so I wasn't happy. And then after I married, and then just my ex-husband, he's from a normal family, not a business or not entrepreneur, just a regular family. And so the financial support, it's not as the not was not the same. So and then I wasn't rich, but then I still feel things are missing. I think maybe it's nothing to do with money or no money. And after we divorced, and then I started my studio. I didn't believe I could do it. When I first started my studio, I had no money, no house, because I was in a completely different country. My dad says if it's so hard, then just come back home. But because I suffered from my mom's absence when I was young, so I do not want my son to suffering the dad's absence for his age. I know that kind of hole it's not something I can make up with anything. It's not something. It's not like I can buy him a dad if I work hard enough. So I think I'm glad I made that decision. So but then life was like a huge, very difficult for me, from my mental health, and then to financial health. It's just very, very, very a struggle. What I did was I was doing my meditation 1 hour every day. I just tell myself, make this day, make this day, make this day, only make this day. and I was applying for different type of visa. That visa took me 2 years because I didn't want to take advantage of my ex or to use a spouse visa, something like that. And then it took me 2 years to get my visa, and every day is like a, it's like a, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a a prisoner waiting for the final what judgment, right? Because I didn't know if I could stay or not. And I was thinking I just gonna do my best, and at least when my son, if we have to go back, we can go back, and then we'll have a good life in China. But then I can tell my son when he grow up, mommy did try my best to keep in us in there. But now I really didn't know. But now it's 5 years, and I had built my studio in the UK. I've started working, but somehow I feel very couple of years or every 3 months I will have a small struggle, a small struggle. Something always keep coming back to me, and I feel I really need to get over it. And then if I want to go any further, so I'll push a little bit, and I will go a little bit. But this time, like as if you follow this updating diary, you will see since 16 days ago, I made a decision to take the biggest challenge of my life. That means I really decided to really calm down and look inside of me. All the shadow work was really holding me back. It's the symptoms was disorganized, and the symptoms was always late, and the symptoms is always can't control my emotion, impulsive. And so those are all the symptoms, but I want to know what caused me to become like all very like revoke. That revoke is that the noun or verb? I don't know. Uh, caused me always do the opposite of what I'm supposed to do just to test the water, and what caused me uh always pushing the one I love away, or always or make them push me away, or what makes me just what makes me disorganized, what makes me, I want to know that. So I really want to dig very deep this time. And I'm also with a question about why I don't understand the word. The more I see the word, the more I'm traveling, the more people I'm speaking to, the less I understand. The more book I'm reading, the more questions rise up. So I don't know. I'm just I'm just full of questions. I must made of question myself, probably made of like question marks, I think. Um, so maybe those my experience means nothing to you, because I read this morning. I found it very very, it's not a book, it's just an article. So it is written by a philosophy. The Chinese, he's still alive, and he's very popular for young people, young generation, the younger one, or middle age one. And then he said, for the readers, he's a philosopher and an author. Yeah, his name is Zhou Guoping. I translate this. My English is not perfect. I did done my 20 minutes English study this morning, but I will get that slowly, slowly, slowly. I will get that. I will nail English one day. So the translate will be for the order, for the reader. My experience means nothing, but then what's meaningful is my attitude when I face those experience. So I think it's the same, because I heard one saying before, uh, from someone maybe in the history, some wise man. um, isn't it something like we don't really learn what they do, but we learn how they think. We don't learn how like they were talking about how to learn things from great people in our history, right? Who contribute great in our history. So we don't, it's not, we don't need to learn how they do things, but we learn how they think, something like that. I really don't remember. Sometimes things just pop up. So that's what it is. And the happiness trap. I started that book, and it's 12 hours. I don't know when I'm gonna finish, but if every day, if I listen to it a little bit, I will come here. I will share what inspires me in my video when I update this diary. So, and also there is when I made my appointment with a therapist. And I was very excited about it. The first one will be next Tuesday. I'm only going to talk what I'm talking here, and I want to see her feedback. I want to see myself from a different angle, without from a professional angle. So, because I read a lot of philosophy books and psychology books. I'm always looking for new things to read and to try to understand and analyze myself. So but for some reason, well, because it's myself, it's so close, and because we're so close to ourselves, it's hard to have a whole view. It, like this. If I see the book like this, the booklet, I can see it. But if I put it there, I can't really read anything on there. So I feel a bit like that with myself. I have a huge blank spot, and so I want to see it from other angle. Yeah, I hope that I'm looking forward to it. I don't have anything, but I'm looking forward to it. Um, Better life. What is that? Yeah. So I just so today I've done yoga and had my breakfast and had a little talk with my son, updating my YouTube now. I'm going to. Yesterday I started organizing the files on my computer. I think it's like 60,000 files in my computer. A lot of them are videos, hundreds of videos, and photo, because I have a lot of photo here, product photo and everything, or my penning, or in that computer need to be organized. And I started to do my computer. I only done 40 minutes last night, because I took my son to the beach, and then we had the fish and chips. It was a last minute decision, because when I was finished and then 5 o'clock was the sun so sunny, so hot. So I thought maybe we can just have some treat, as this is his summer holiday. So I don't have any plan to go anywhere far, and I don't have any budget for that. Because what I'm doing is I'm shrinking down my business at the moment. I'm not pushing for the business. I'm more pushing for myself to grow. I feel I need to organizing things for the next stage, to push my business to the next stage. So I have washing clothes, and the washing machine is on. And oh, what's that? Build F Facebook Market list. Oh yeah, I'm going to sell. I have 2 computers and 1 laptop. I want to sell them 2 desktop and 1 laptop. I want to sell that one and get all of them, and get a better one, just one device. So I want to make sure I build that list for sale on Facebook or on eBay. Not sure yet. And finish my Google business page. And you can check me if I do the business page, because I have the notification coming up, say how many people visit my Mew Art Studio on Google, how many people searched it. But then I haven't finished. I haven't put any photos, anything on it, so that's on my list. I will put it on. And I thank you for watching for my update. Yeah, be my supervisor. If you didn't see my update, I'm doing what I'm doing, and just say, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but I will do. And the reason I'm sharing everything, because I really want to share. I like to share, and then I like to record how I actually practice those things with the guide, and then practice with action. And I want to see where it's gonna take me to in 100 days. And enjoy your day, evening. Enjoy your day, afternoon or evening. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.